Today is Monday, December 30th, and this is the last episode of Mink in the Morning in 2019. And what I want to do, guys, is I just want to pause for a moment and I want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, right? When we first started to talk about this idea of Mink in the Morning, my first objection was, no one wants to hear me talk. But over the year, the feedback that I've received from you guys has been incredible. It's been humbling, it's been inspiring, and truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for your love, for your support, for your encouragement, and for inspiring me to continue to want to share. Because I believe with all my heart that we're always learning from each other, your experiences and my experiences, and as we share, we learn, and as we learn and grow, we have the opportunity to become the best that we can be. And so I just want to start this episode by saying thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for sharing, and for just being you, for pursuing growth, for trying to do better, and for believing that actions are more powerful than words, because I believe as men, we're on this journey to become the best that we can be. And there's nothing more sacred than that. I really believe that's the purpose of life in a lot of ways, is just to become the best that we can. And what I want to do with this last episode is share with you guys a few of our favorite moments, our key principles and strategies, so that we can really set ourselves up for the new year. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's not the absence of self-doubt, the absence of insecurity. It's not the absence of any of those emotions. It's being scared, having self-doubt, feeling insecure, and taking action anyways. Moving forward regardless of how we feel. That's courage and that's power. So I wanted to share this with you to remind you that it's okay to be scared. It's okay to have self-doubt, and it's okay to be afraid of failing. The truth is, we all feel this way. These are some of the most natural feelings that we can have. The question is, what do you do in the face of fear, in the face of self-doubt, in the face of failure? Do you step up and take action anyways? Or do you step back and let life pass you by? When we live in a place of kindness, of compassion, we can truly touch other people and create beautiful experiences. And whatever the kindness is, whether it's a simple act of kindness, whether it's paying for someone's coffee, whether it's saying, you know what, just get me back tomorrow, or get me back next time, or you know what, this one's on me. Whatever it might be, I challenge all of you guys out there to really try to lead with kindness. All the trolls in the world are out there. We don't need any more of those. What we need is men like you and me who stand the fuck up and lead with their heart, who lead with love and compassion. You and I, as men, we are our own toughest critics. We are our most challenging opponent. Every day, in some instances, we are going to war with ourselves. It's us versus us. And what I've learned is the harder I am with myself, the harder it is for me to be myself. Be mindful of the conversations you're having with yourself, because they will absolutely determine the type of man you are. You can't be loving and compassionate and kind with others if you're not loving and compassionate and kind with yourself. So my challenge for you this week is to identify a fear, a doubt, an insecurity, something in your life that no longer serves you, that's holding you back, that's keeping you stuck, and begin the process of letting that go. Because the truth is, the sooner you let it go, the lighter you're gonna feel, and the faster you're gonna be able to move towards the hopes, the dreams, the goals, whatever it is that you want in life. A lot of times in life when we're being challenged, we wish that shit was easier. Man, I wish this was easier. Man, I wish that didn't happen. Man, like, I just wish this process, this thing that I'm fighting through, I just wish it didn't exist. And I would challenge you to think about it in a different way. If whatever you're experiencing that problem so you can grow through it, so you can develop the strength that you need to overcome that obstacle. So with whatever it is that you're facing, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better, and then go out and make yourself better. Learn, read, grow, study, and evolve so that you can become the best that you can be. Circumstances reveal your character today. They build your character tomorrow. On your path, you really truly have to develop mental toughness if you're gonna succeed. You've got to do things that you don't want to do, things that push you beyond what you're capable of. I truly believe that in this life, You can go as far as you're willing to grow. If you're willing to grow and develop that mental toughness, grow and fight through that failure, and grow a belief in yourself that you are capable, that you can accomplish what you want. If you can grow through and into those beliefs, you'll be unstoppable. We forget who we are because of the chains that are wrapped around us in life, because of the beliefs of other people, because circumstances and situations are training us and conditioning us to believe that we're not good enough, that we can't make it happen, that we're not smart enough, strong enough. It's time for us to remember who we are. The rituals that we develop in our lives, whether it's a ritual of working out, reading, or it's a ritual of laying on the couch, being lazy, hitting the snooze button, whatever it is, these rituals that we have are creating our reality. Start to develop some rituals that you can create in your life that are specifically for you, that help you remember and remind you who you are, so you can be the best, strongest version of yourself every single day. But just thinking positive doesn't change anything. In fact, it can be detrimental, because rather than addressing the circumstance, attacking the challenge head on, you're sugarcoating it. You're telling yourself a lie. You're not being real with yourself. So if you have a garden and you see that it's overrun with weeds, you have one of two options. The first option is you can say there's no weeds, there's no weeds, there's no weeds. You can hope and pray that the weeds go away. Or you can acknowledge the fact that I got fucking weeds in my garden and it's my responsibility to go rip those motherfuckers out, to clean out my garden, to tend to my garden, and to make sure that it grows in the way that I want. Positive thinking doesn't solve anything. What solves problems is empowered thinking. Being real with the circumstances and the situations and acknowledging where you're at today, and then putting a plan in place to take action to make whatever circumstance you're dealing with what you want it to be. In our lives, we're gonna be challenged, we're gonna be knocked down, we're gonna fail over and over again. And the way that you rise above that is not positive thinking. It's empowered thinking. It's looking at the situation as it is and then putting a plan in place to make it better than it is. This happens to all of us, doesn't it? Don't we all get habituated, right? You have a relationship and you're over the moon excited. You'll do anything you can for the love of your life. And then after 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, 30 years, whatever it is, right? Whatever the time frame is, it loses its luster. And now when she asks you to do something, you're like, I'm busy, you go do it. Or maybe you had a job that when you started the job, you were super fired up, you were excited, it was your dream job. And then 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, whatever it is, now it's a chore. Now you have to go to work instead of you get to go to work, right? The kids, your son asks you, hey, let's go play catch. I'm busy, right? In life, we are all habituated to things. Everything becomes normal after a while. Doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. And unless we develop a mindset that keeps us focused and that keeps us in the moment, that gives us the perspective that we need, we're gonna get caught in that trap of taking things for granted. I truly believe that we all have the opportunity to give ourselves this gift. The gift of appreciating what we have in our lives, whether it's relationships, whether it's jobs, careers, family, environments, circumstances, whatever it is. Instead of seeing it as have to, we need to start seeing it as we get to. In life, what's wrong is always available. There's always something negative, some problem, some irritation, something that takes place, that's going on, that's gonna happen, right? That's called life. And we can focus on all that shit and pour negative energy and frustration and anxiety into it, or we can focus on what's right. What's right is always available as well. We live in a world where most people are more focused on what's wrong than what's right. And my challenge to you this week, brothers, is to begin to focus on what's right. We're all gonna, at times, be blindsided by what's wrong. We're all gonna get caught up in that loop. We're gonna get frustrated. We're gonna get upset. And when you do, it's fine. Just do yourself a favor. Try to take a step back, disconnect from the emotion, and find something to appreciate in that moment. Because no matter how bad things get, there's always something that we can find to appreciate. There's some level of grace or opportunity in those moments. I believe with all my heart that in the most challenging moments are the seeds for the greatest opportunities, for the greatest growth. Are you successful? I want you to stop what you're doing right now, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Am I successful? What's the answer? Society tells us that success is cars and houses and money and vacation and it's accumulation of stuff. That's what society tries to tell us success is. But the truth is, success is entirely subjective. It's based on what you have defined it to be. Define what success means to you. Because for everyone it should be different. If you don't know what success is for yourself, the world is going to misinform you. Everybody has their own challenges, their own things that they're dealing with, different circumstances in life that they're struggling with. But we all have struggles. And if we're blaming circumstances and situations for what's going on in our lives, we're playing the victim. And I believe that if you're gonna play a victim, you're never gonna be able to be the victor of life. You're never gonna be able to come out on top. It's our moments of struggle and how we respond that truly define who we are. And the only question is, how are you going to define yourself in your moments of struggle? This dude, he knew what he wanted, he didn't give up. And I share this with you, brothers, because we all have this power of perseverance. If we're willing to look at failure in the face and say, fuck you, I will not give up. I will not be denied. But here's the challenge, brothers. Most of you want to take the easy way out. Most of you aren't willing to put in the work, to face your fears, to overcome the obstacles, the haters, and the doubt. And there's this paradox in life, and the paradox is, if you do the easy things in life, life is hard. But if you're willing to do the hard things, if you're willing to overcome the fear, the doubt, the insecurities, the limiting beliefs, if you're willing to persevere no matter what, life is hard, but then it becomes easy. Because all that hard work, all that perseverance creates a character in you that is irreplaceable. And that character creates an incredible life and an incredible future. Oftentimes in life, we take ourselves too serious, and more important than that, we allow our personal preferences for the way that we think things should be a judgment of others. We live in a world of unlimited diversity, unlimited personal preferences and lifestyles and designs and things that we want. And the worst thing that you can do as a man is be judgmental of someone else's preferences. Believe that you and what you want is more important than what someone else believes or what someone else wants. Don't believe that someone else should believe what you believe, and don't hold anything against someone else because they don't agree with what you agree with. Learn to appreciate the differences, and you'll see way more beauty in life. I'll see you guys next week.